Welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 170. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Laxus defeats his father as well as the other Raventail members, and it was an amazing fight. I loved every moment of it. Now, we are taken to a different scene with Raventail, and guess what? They've been banned from the Grand Magic Games for 3 years. I love it, and they've been disqualified. So, dreams do come true? I think so. You don't have to wish upon that star because guess what? It's arrived. Love it, love it, love it. Now we are taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode with the last match of the day. And guess what? It gets better. Wendy versus Sherry. That's Godslayer versus Dragonslayer. One more time for dramatic pause and effect, you name it. Godslayer versus Dragonslayer. Love it. Come on, it's a perfect matchup in my opinion, and I love where it's going. However, guess what? Zeref's presence is now being noticed and sensed by Jellal. But again, that's where the episode ends, and I'll hold my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Wendy, and she's using her secret art. I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see this. This was the build-up, what she was trying to learn, like in those past weeks and months and whatnot. She finally gets to learn something, and apparently she still can't use the Milky Way to the fullest. What? So even the power we saw her using wasn't the strongest it could be. It gets stronger. You're just not strong enough right now to use the full capability of it, so that kind of makes sense. Now it looks like Sherry is down for the count and has been defeated, and then she gets up. I know, just randomly she gets up. It's like, I'm not done. She gets back up and she heals herself with her magic, and she's ready to go. I'm like, Wendy, you were so close. So close, but no cigar. I'm sorry. But again, that's where we open up with. Moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with the Fairy Tail Exceeds. They're doing a light catch-up of what has actually occurred right now and what's happened in past events. And it's more or less a big, yeah, big yawn. So we're taken to a different scene with Wendy, of course, and she's actually showing guild pride. Usually this is Natsuo who's showing his guild pride. You know, he loves everything about his guild and he's never going to give up. Guess what? Wendy has the same attitude. She's not surrendering and she wants to continue fighting, even though Sherry said to give up. My next attack is probably going to kill you. I'm like, well, she's pretty confident, but I doubt she has the balls to go through with it. So we're taken to a different scene with Sherry, and guess what? She does have the balls. She uses her Godslayer's secret art. Yeah, she's got a secret art too. Heaven's Gathering Clouds. However, the attack misses Wendy. So I guess you don't have balls. You're just hot air. Hot air. So again, her attack does miss Wendy, but apparently Wendy had a huge strategy the whole time, and it worked in her favor. She actually uses Crushing Fang, which kind of works, and now we're in a fist fight. Both Sherry and Wendy are just punching each other. It's a fist fight. Girls on girl. I love it. It's a cat fight. Turned out to be one hell of a fight. I loved it. I loved every moment of it, plain and simple. However, time runs out and it's a draw, so it becomes a tie. 5 points to Fairy Tail. And 5 points. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not going to say. Yeah, Limexco, yeah, they got 5 points. Whoop-de freaking do, But again, it was a draw. Now, we are taken to a different scene with Wendy and Sherry at the end of their matchup. And all I can say is it's really good sportsmanship because they're both friends. They want to become friends, and we see Sherry healing Wendy. I'm like, wow, it kind of touches you like right here. I mean, watching that scene just for like that few minutes, a couple seconds worth. So definitely worth mentioning, and I love that scene. Probably my favorite throughout this episode. Now we are taken to a different scene with Jellal. Now again, he is still in the crowd, and he still senses Zeref's presence, but not on the not in the arena anymore. It's not in Sherry. However, he notices the presence is moving elsewhere. Now we do see Dornbolt, and he does notice Jellal. He's in the crowd, and he starts to follow him. Now again, he doesn't know it's Jellal. He thinks it's Mystogen, but he wants to know who the person is behind the mask. And he catches up, but Jellal notices, and he vanishes. Now eventually Jellal catches up to the person with the mysterious magic presence of Zeref, and he's about to reach out and grab that person, and then Dornbolt appears and stops him and rips off Jellal's mask. And guess what? The council shows up, and it's like the shit has hit the fan. So we're taken to a different scene with Yajime, and Yajime is actually covering for Jellal, saying this isn't Jellal, it's Mystogen from Edeless. You know what Edeless is, right? The other world? This poor sucker actually has the same face as, Jellal, sadly. Now, apparently Kugura, from Mermaid Heel, notices Jellal, and she loses her composure, and she just freaks out. I know, weird, right? She's one hell of a fighter, and she just loses her composure just like that. I'm sorry. And then we see Milena, also from Mermaid Heel. She notices as well, and she loses her composure, except she's gonna kill Jellal. She's like going right toward him, and then apparently Kugura gets her composure back and stops her, basically says in her own words, not here, not now. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Now we are taken to a little cutscene with Liar from the council, and he knows that this is Jellal, although he's not trying to deface Yajime among all these people since he's a judge, so he's saving face with Yajime right now and agreeing with them. Like, yeah, that's not Jellal. But he tells Dornbolt, that's Jellal. That is 100% Jellal. So I'm like, crap. So he knows the truth. So we're taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode with Laxus. And guess what? He's talking with Markov, and he brings up what actually occurred during the fight with what Ivan actually told him. Told him mostly about the Lemmy hysteria, as well as, Fairy Tail having darkness in their past or something like that. And all I can say is the first master of Fairy Tail actually appears, and she says it's not darkness, the guild's light. She talks about the guild's light, but there's really no in detailed description of what she was really talking about. However, she also points out she believes that apparently this information about the Lemmy hysteria leaked out because of the second guildmaster of Fairy Tail. That's the only way that this information could have been leaked out, because only the guildmasters know the truth about the Lemmy hysteria. And guess what? The second guildmaster had to have leaked that information out. And all of a sudden, the first guildmaster of Fairy Tail starts crying. Remember, she's a ghost, and she starts crying. She's like, I'm not crying. And then Markov turns to his grandson, Laxus, and says, do something. And again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, okay, well, first of all, what is the Lemmy hysteria? It's been said it's the guild's light, so it's got to be some type of power source in my opinion, but I can't wait to find out what it really is. Moving on past that, what's really going to happen with Raventail? I'm curious, now that they've been disqualified, are there any more things that are going to happen with their guild in general? Are they going to be, reprimanded by the council? We don't really know. Moving on past that, what is Liar and Dornbolt going to do about Jellal? Are they going to follow him? Are they going to disqualify Fairy Tail? We really don't know, but I definitely can't wait to find out about that. And moving on to maybe one more final thought. What's going to happen in the competition the next day? What's the next competition coming up? I can't wait to find out. But again, that ends it for my final thought. As per my rating, 4 out of 5. Are you serious? Come on, I'm smiling. It's got to be good. Henshin, come on. Share it. Why are you giving this a 4 out of 5? Okay, was there any drama, not any of that kind of crap? Drama, romance? Romance, hell no. Drama? Well, yeah, between Wendy and Sherry, there was a little drama issue there going on. At the end of their fight, they were really great friends. I loved it. Definitely loved it. Now, I'm also giving it a little more points because of the fight. I love seeing Sherry and Wendy fight. Come on, Godslayer versus Dragon Slayer. Are you freaking kidding me? I love the matchup. I loved it. Loved it, plain and simple. So that was definitely why I gave this a 4 out of 5. It all rested on this freaking match, and I loved it. And moving on past that, were we given any information? Sadly, no, and then yes. We see the first guildmaster of Fairy Tail basically tell Markov as well as Laxus that it probably was the second guildmaster that leaked out all this information to, Ivan about, the Lemmy hysteria. So that really wasn't new information, though, plain and simple. And the whole issue with, Dornbolt and Liar, I have no idea what's going to happen. But now that they know Jellal is here, I have to give points. At least they know it's Jellal now. Now it's been confirmed it's Jellal. Can't wait to find out about that. But again, final rating is definitely 4 out of 5. And again, that ends it for my walkthrough review of Fairy Tail, episode 170. But definitely comment down below. Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe. Check me out on Twitter. And follow me if you like. But let me know what you thought of this episode. And let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now. And I got to hit the bricks. And I got to go. And before I go, I have to say it. And I always say it. And I'm going to keep on saying it. Because that's just who I am. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.